This is the recipe that I'm doing. There she goes again. So it's a Gose beer, so it's like a sour beer which has coriander and salt in. So this is a link I got off the byo.com website, so I'll put a link below and check it out. So I've got the Pilsner wheat, and for the first time I'm using the oat hulls, which I added in first right down the bottom, and that's like rice hulls. It creates a really good filter, especially if you're using wheat. Just stops the mesh getting clogged up in the bottom of the basket. So yeah, so far so good. I've got the pump going at a pretty good pace, and the liquid is just draining straight through, so those oat hulls are doing a great job. Yeah, so the first part of the brew day I have to do a normal mash for 60 minutes, and then once that's done I've got to add in the sour grapes or the acidulated malt. You can't add the acidulated malt at the start with the rest of the grain because it's going to drop the pH level down, and that will affect the mash for the other grains. So yeah, so we'll let this go for 60 minutes, and then we'll come back with the sour grapes malt. Okay, so the mash has been going for 60 minutes, so now I'm going to add in 500 grams of the sour grapes, the acidulated malt, and then mash for another 45 minutes. So we'll do that, guys, and then we'll come back. Okay, while the second part of the mash is happening with the acidulated malt, I'm just getting my coriander and salt ready. So I've ground up 15 grams of, using this natural Himalayan salt, but I think you can use any sort of, good sea salt. So I've measured out 20 grams of coriander seeds, so I need to crush those up. So we'll do that in the mortar here. So we'll crush that up, and then I'll come back once that's done. Cheers, guys. Okay, so I've ground up the coriander seeds. They've got like a little husk on, so basically it hasn't gone into like a fine powder, it's just cracked all the seeds. So you can see they were whole before, and now they're all cracked. So yep, that's ready to go with the salt. Sparge is done, and we're just up to a rolling boil, so I'm going to add in the Oni hop addition. So I've got 5 grams of Brooklyn hops. It's going to give me about 17 IBUs. You don't need much for the style. Okay, we're 10 minutes from the end of the boil, so I've got the wort chiller in there already just to sterilise it, and now I'm going to add in the ground coriander, the Himalayan salt or sea salt, and half a werflock. So in they go. So yeah, here's the hydro sample. So yeah, it's 1038. With priming, it's going to bump it up into the low 4% mark. Let's get it. Yeah, depending on how it tastes, I might actually do a dry hop. I know you're not meant to do a dry hop, but I might just add the rest of the Brooklyn. Got about 50 grams into the fermenter. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, and yeah, fingers crossed this actually turns out to be a drinkable beer. Cheers. Hey guys, so here we are 13 weeks later, finally going to get to do a video taste test of the Gose beer. As you can imagine, I've already had quite a few already, but definitely wanted to share one of the beers with you guys. So let's crack it open. Bottle's nice and firm and it's looking pretty clear, so should have a nice hiss. Oh yep, nice hiss there. Pour it up, bit of cannon smoke as well. So yeah, I'm not sure what I mentioned in the previous video, but it's essentially like a wheat ale, but it has an addition of coriander seed and the sea salt, and also the acidulated malt to give it some sourness. So yeah, it's almost 50% wheat, so you can as could be expected, it is cloudy, but a really nice straw colour, plenty of carbonation coming up, and it's holding a nice little white cap on the top. Only 3.8%. But that's sort of in keeping with the Gose style of beer. So cheers guys, we'll get a nose on it. Haven't had a bottle for a while, so it'll be interesting to see how it's changed. I guess the first thing I'm picking up off the top is like a lemony citrus aroma, with sort of undertones of the sourness coming through. Real nice clean sort of aroma as well. So yeah, lemon, citrus, sort of hint of sourness. Yeah, and that's pretty much it on the nose, so we'll dive in. Cheers guys, beautiful afternoon. Excuse me. Okay, more of the lemony citrus on the tongue, and that's coming through from the Brooklyn, which are now called Motory hops. They've renamed the hops. Getting more of that sourness on the taste. It's not too over the top. It's quite a moderate sort of sourness. And the way I use the acidulated malt, just basically in the mash, or in the second stage of the mash, you just get a nice subtle sourness, but yeah, without that anything too over the top. If you wanted more sourness, you'd have to do like a kettle souring, etc. So I guess in some ways the recipe I use is sort of like a cheats, not a cheats, but a quick and easy way of doing this Gose style beer with and still getting the sourness through. It's very clean and refreshing. That wheat gives it a real nice, slightly grainy but slightly creamy mouthfeel. And then you're getting a little bit of spiciness from the coriander, and then just a touch of saltiness from that Himalayan sea salt. So it's a very, yeah, it's all those things together make it like a really nice, easy drinking, refreshing beer style, perfect for this sort of weather. And at 3.8%, it's the sort of beer you could easily sit back and have a few of. I'm very happy with how this beer came out, especially being a first attempt, and having not had any bottles for a while, and this particular bottle being 13 weeks old, it's still holding up really well. But bitterness is only 17-18 IBUs, so you don't really get much in the way of bitterness from the hops, but you are getting that spiciness from the coriander. But the hops do give that nice sort of lemony citrus flavour to go along with everything else. Very happy with that. Now that I've brewed it up once, it's definitely something I would look at doing again, and possibly I'll brew it up again over this coming summer. So yeah, that's about it, guys. If you got any questions, just fire them down below. Hopefully I didn't miss out too much, and yeah, hopefully the video's not too long either. So yeah, I'll sit back, enjoy the rest of this. You guys enjoy the weekend. You've either started it or it's about to start. So enjoy your weekend. Drink some great beers as well, and yeah, we'll catch you next time. Over and out, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.